FEMA Administrator for the federal government. Ms. Criswell, thank you for joining us this morning. I know you're heading to Kentucky after this interview. You've been consulting with Kentucky's governor as well. What's the latest on the emergency effort?
Good morning, George. First, I just want to say that my prayers go out to everybody, all of those families that have been impacted in the communities. This is a devastating event. As you've heard, record-breaking tragedy that has left so many families displaced. What we are hearing is we are still in the life-saving and life-sustaining mode, right? We're still in search and rescue, and we're sending additional resources in to help locate anybody who still may be trapped.
And what's the greatest need going forward?
I think right now, again, we want to focus today and the next day on life-saving. We really want to make sure that we find anybody who still might be trapped in the rubble across all of these states. But then it's going to be a long recovery, and we really need to focus on how we're going to help these communities with their immediate needs, their immediate sheltering needs, and then the long-term housing needs that are going to really be needed to help these communities and these families rebuild.
What is the scope of the emergency effort across these 6 states right now? How many personnel do you have on the ground? How much is this going to cost?
Right now, Kentucky is the only state that has asked for and received an emergency declaration. We are in contact through my regional administrators with all of the states that have been impacted and working additional requests so we can start the flow of federal resources into those areas. In Kentucky right now, I would say that we have approximately 100 personnel on the ground. We sent our national urban search and rescue teams, our national incident management assistance teams to help coordinate all of the federal resources coming in. Additional staging teams as we bring in generators and commodities. And we have additional personnel staged and ready to go as we work with the state to identify what their requirements are going to be.
Shelter the biggest issue?
Shelter is a huge issue right now. There's areas without power, but what we see mostly, what I've seen as an emergency manager, is that many people will stay with friends and family. But we know that not everybody has a place to go. I spoke with the president of the Red Cross last night about the efforts that they're doing to support the states and the Commonwealth with their sheltering needs. And then we're going to continue to work with the state and the Commonwealth on any gaps that they may have for their interim or their long-term sheltering and housing requirements.
And those without power extending even beyond these 6 states, that's a special problem in a month like December.
Oh, absolutely, George. This is beginning to be a cold time of year. And so when we have events like this and severe weather that happens in these cold months, it just makes the impacts of that even seem so much greater. And so, again, working on providing safe and secure sheltering for individuals so we can keep them out of the elements is going to be a priority.
We're seeing more and more of these severe weather events, and as Rob said, in places we haven't seen them before, at times we haven't seen them before. Is there anything more that can be done to mitigate the devastation from these natural disasters ahead of time?
I think that there's a lot that we need to do as a nation. There's going to be a lot to learn from this event and the events that we saw through the summer. We're seeing more intense storms, severe weather, whether it's hurricanes, tornadoes, wildfires. And one of the focuses my agency is going to have is how can we start to reduce the impacts of these events as they continue to grow. And we're having a concerted effort going forward in how we can help communities understand what their unique risks are, the type of mitigation projects that are out there that can help protect them community-wide instead of incremental projects, and really help communities become more resilient to these severe weather events that continue to happen.
President Biden heading to the region?
I don't know if he's going to go. I'm on my way down there right now with Secretary Mayorkas. I am providing the president regular updates on what I'm hearing. I'll give him an update again on what we see when we're down there, and then he'll make that decision.
Deanne, Criswell, thanks very much for your time and your information this morning.
Thank you, George.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.